Welcome to Meaningful Mornings. Einstein has shared a quote that essentially shares, one knows a subject well when they can simplify that subject. When I was with Pujaswami Tejomayananda, he had shared a sutra that he had come up with, an insight. Here's what it is. When Ishan is in your life, then you feel Shan. When Ishan is not in your life, you feel Pareshan. That is the Nishan. So in English, when Ishan, when divinity is in your life, you feel Shan, you feel strong, you feel serene. When Ishan is not in your life, when divinity is not in your life, you feel Pareshan, stress, anxiety, dejection. This is the Nishan. Nishan means aim or mark. Good sutra. Our own experience verifies this. So what are we doing in Meaningful Mornings? Target practice. To make sure that we are on mark every day. What is the theme of chapter 11? Share in the chat. What is the one word theme in English for chapter 11? You know we've invested more than 2 years into Bhagavad Gita, yes? It is presence. Oneness works. Chapter 10 is pervading. Chapter 11 is presence. To feel the presence in the pervading, that's chapter 10. And chapter 11 is to feel the pervading in the presence. In verse 32, this is Sri Krishna's response to Prince Arjuna's description. He shares the vision of why he's showing how he looks, what he's doing. And that vision is God is beyond the greatest. In verse 32, he describes time, he describes death, but all of that is in him. All of that depends on him, which means he's beyond that. In verse 33, he shares the action statement from this vision statement. What should be the change in my personality? One who is great understands and appreciates God. How do they grow into godliness? By becoming the greatest, which is through serving God. Prince Arjuna is great. If he wasn't great, Sri Krishna wouldn't be there right now, guiding him. But how can Prince Arjuna be closer to Sri Krishna? He can become the greatest by serving God. All of you are great as well. How can we grow into the greatest? With this feeling of serving. Specifically, in verse 33 in the first quarter, Sri Krishna shares, Yasho labhasva. By following through with your responsibilities, gain yasha. Yasha in an external way means to be successful. There's lots of people who are successful, but they still feel inadequate. And so the more beautiful yasha is not to be famous, but rather to be revered. To be revered. And that is when one lives meaningfully. You know lots of successful people in your life, but you don't want to become like them. But the few people in your life that you know are meaningful, you do want to become like them. In the second quarter, Bhungshva Rajyam Samriddham. You following through with your responsibilities, you will get to enjoy the prosperity of the land. Shri Krishna is sharing that if you fight, you will become the ruler of the land. Rightfully so. And you can enjoy this. But the greater implication for us, when we follow our responsibilities, we start to enjoy living. We start to feel more calm and natural and quiet. What we really need is coming from inside. Are you with me? The action statement is, you are great. Develop this seva bhava to be an instrument. You will be the greatest. You will be revered. You will enjoy. In the third quarter, Shri Krishna shares that all of the people in this war have already been destroyed by me. Vijaswami Tejomayananda described Prince Arjuna, and Soa says, the word is aupacharik. Aupacharik. How many of you are familiar with this word? Aupacharik means a formality. That Prince Arjuna, you being part of this war is just a formality. This war is being facilitated by me. And you are incidental. Now, how do you know if you're starting to feel this? Leaving becomes easier for you. If you have to leave a job, leave a country, leave a relationship, because it's being facilitated by the divine, you are a formality, you are incidental, so if you have to leave, you have to leave. And if you want to take this to a deeper level, one is fine with dying also. Because who's facilitating that dying? It is Shri Krishna. And finally, nimitta matram bhava savyasachin bhava. Be nimitta matram, an instrument. Then we will become savyasachi. We will not have weaknesses. The more jnana that you have in your heart, the more you will feel you are a nimitta. The more you internalize these truths, the more you will feel you are an instrument. An example of that is Sanjaya. Sanjaya has more knowledge about Sri Krishna than Prince Arjuna. And that's why he is simply being Sri Krishna's instrument. A more common example for us, Rama Dhuta. Who is Sri Hanumana? He is Rama's Dhuta. He is the ambassador of Sri Rama. He knows that Sri Rama is his strength, is his serenity. Summarizing all of this even more so, in Srimad Bhagavatam, as well as Sri Ramayana, there is a teaching on the Navada Bhakti, the 9 steps to be practiced sequentially in devotion, in dedication. The 6th is called Vandana. Vandana is where you're nurturing humility, practicing humility. When one knows that they're an individuality, then there has to be a totality. So one starts to practice humility. That's 6. 7 and 8 is Dasya and Sakya, which means you feel you are the one who is serving the divine. You feel you are a friend to the divine. Here I'm bringing up, you go from nurturing humility to nurturing instrumentship. You're growing out of deservership and doership. It is instrumentship. And the finality of devotion, of dedication, is nivedana, which means surrender. That you know that you are not an individual, that you are infinite. Am I sharing too much with all of you? I hope I'm not. I feel that if I share too little, it'll be like Bhagavad Gita chanting or a YouTube recording. We'll have this casual relationship. I feel that these details make all of this more real for us. We continue, verse 34. Dronam cha bhishmam cha jayadratam cha karnam tatanyanapi yodha viran maya hatamstvam jahima vyatishtitaha yudhyasva jetasirane sapatnan. I'm reading the translation in English from Pujya Swami Chinmayananda. This is a more cultural verse. Drona, Bhishma, Jayadratha, Karna, and other brave warriors. Those have already been slain by me. You do kill, be not distressed with fear. Fight, and you shall conquer your enemies in battle. Sri Krishna, in a summary way, sharing, I am facilitating this war. The war with who? All of these personalities. Your responsibility is be my instrument. And if you do, you are the benefactor. You are the one who benefits. Please close your eyes while I read to you more of Pujya Swami Chinmayananda's practical insights. At best, we can only combine things that already exist and coax out of their own natural qualities and properties a certain result, and then claim vainly that we have created something new. The radio, the airplane, the roaring engines, the subtle machinery, the wonder drugs, in short, the entire brave new world and all its achievements and progress are all nothing but the play of children in the lap of the Lord, who, in fact, is the one who has ordered and allowed us to have electricity, steel, ether, air, etc., with their special properties. Without these, no achievement is ever possible, and achievements are nothing but intelligent acts of the assembling and reassembling of these very God-given things. The concept of self-surrender and the theory of serving the world in constant awareness of the Lord are not idle dreams prescribed for escaping the gross realities of the world. It is essential for humans to raise their caliber and temper so as to work efficiently and achieve success in the world. It is the technique of keeping oneself constantly in a mood of tireless enthusiasm and joyous inspiration. The world is too much with the ego. To the extent the ego is surrendered in the awareness of the greater and the nobler, to that extent, the entire world and achievements therein become a game of simple and sure success everywhere. From inspiration to application. Your application on Monday was to support our family in Turkey. Your application on Tuesday was to support our mother, who's all around us. Your application for today: how would you realistically encourage instrumentship in your community? How can you realistically encourage instrumentship in your community? Come up with a pointer, a plan. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Be safe, be sound, be serene, be joy.